Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bagman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with Gen-Oners? I don't know how to write it correctly, so I don't know if the title set it up there or there, wherever the title is on YouTube now. Who knows these days, or whatever days you're watching this. Anyways, I was thinking about Pokemon, like the Gen 1 kind of thing. And basically, if you don't know, Gen-Oners, in terms of Pokemon, are people who only give a shit about the first generation of Pokemon, meaning like the first 150, 151, pretty much like that. Who played the games Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, and Pokemon Yellow. The people who watched the cartoon when it was on. Bought the cards, so like played the games, watched the show, bought the cards, bought the merchandise, they totally bought into this marketing scheme. I was one of them, and for a while I was a Genwunner. The thing that makes you a Gen 1 is that you don't really give a shit about the other generations of Pokemon after that. In fact, usually you tend to kind of hate them. And I can understand totally why that is. It's basically, because Pokemon, sure, in a gameplay standpoint, adding in new Pokemon, changing up things that other Pokemon used to do, changing what moves they can learn, what types they are, what types do, what moves do, this and that. There's a lot of changes going on, Pokemon evolving into new things, evolving from new things, a lot of just new Pokemon in general, new places, and it's just a lot of new shit to take in as you go on. And it's all it's different. While it's very similar, it's all very different. Gen 1 especially, because there were a lot of, it was the first one, there's like things I didn't think of, forward-thinking stuff that they had to kind of change, and there were glitches and all this shit in the games. But the thing is, that's a gameplay perspective, and of course, as like a gamer, other Pokemon games, even just the second generation of Pokemon games, Gold, Crystal, and Silver, are all a lot better. They have a lot more things in them. They're a lot better games. They're designed. There's less glitches. It's more standardized. Makes sense. But from a personal standpoint, it sucks because a lot of us were kids when that happened. I was a kid, and I grew attached to these Pokemon. They weren't just, they weren't just, things in a game. They were real. They were not necessarily real, I guess, but I had a connection with them. I trained these Pokemon. I understood them. I got really I really understood a lot of the stuff in the game from playing it so much. And then these new ones come out, and there's a bunch of different shit. And not only that, but they change shit that we used to know. And it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like watching, thinking of like your favorite sitcom, and then all of a sudden this next season of the sitcom comes out, and they've added in new characters, they've changed certain aspects of the characters you thought you knew, and they've also moved to a new location. And while, yeah, it's supposed to be about the situation and the stuff that happens there, the comedy that ensues, that's really what it's supposed to be about in terms of the meat. But we get connected to the characters, to the actors, just to the people, and the place, and the atmosphere, and the feeling. And I feel like it's that, it's the same kind of thing. That's why you have Gen-Oners, is they feel like everything was just kind of taken out from underneath them and just changed. And it was a hard blow, especially for a kid who really can't think about that kind of stuff either, who's probably just thinking, what the fuck happened to all this shit that I knew? And I don't know, it's just, I thought it would be interesting to look at it with that kind of perspective. Of course, if there's those of you who don't watch sitcoms or TV in general, I guess that won't work for you. There's probably other ways to put it, but I thought it was a pretty good one. So I guess I don't know. Like, all I'm asking is like, why? I guess why do we think it's so stupid for someone to be a Genwunner if we can kind of understand it? You know, like I feel like we've just kind of shit on those people because they can't help how they feel, and they kind of shit on other stuff just because it's not what they're used to, and it's really not such a one-sided thing where they're just wrong. I don't know. I thought that was a good light to shine on that, a neat perspective, and I guess all I could really ask for what's the deal at this point is pretty much what's the deal with this shit? This is like wearing a shirt with the ground. So in a way, you almost got like 2 episodes if you count this as a thing in one. So I mean, I just took a shower, so I didn't want to put this over my head, but I have to have the shirt. It's the show. If this shirt isn't in the episode, I don't get paid. Okay? They don't pay me unless this somehow shows up. So, like, I don't even have to really be here either. Like, I could just hang the shirt up and hit record, and I could have someone else do it and upload it, and I would get millions of dollars, because apparently I get more money when the shirt's in it and I'm not. But I'm not here to bore you about my retarded contract. I'm here to fuck, what was I gonna do? Oh, fuck, the episode! What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam?